Good morning. Non-duality is when the definer has been removed. Well, there's no definition from the witness. Let's say that this speaker is a witness of its world. The ability to divine things is an egoistic, built-up, mechanical, conditioned, inherited way, which is important, don't deny it. This is not to take sides. This is just to give some insight on what non-duality is. So non-duality is when the ego has been annihilated, but not completely destroyed. The annihilation of the ego has to be confronted by this ultimate spirit. So there's a facing up, there's like this high noon jewel. There's the ego facing up to that spirit, that God, that pure, undiluted love. The ego has definitions of love, definitions of sex, definitions of every single thing, every human state, and it even assumes that it is higher intelligence to define other planet states, other alien states. It's all assumption, all based on learning and conditioned discovering. And again, for the individual, it may be an important aspect of the journey towards the annihilation of all the ideas and concepts that they think they know something that is superior to God. God created it, I want to understand it, I want to be equal. You're not here to understand it, you're here to witness it. You're here to be part of it. You're here to revel in it. You're here to be inspired and shocked by it. And a beautiful shock. So non-duality is when there's no definition. What does that mean, you see? When a witness is unable to define specific aspects of what it's looking at. Meaning, the landscape is in front of the eyes of the witness. It knows about, through a memory system, that the clouds have a name, the mountain has a name, the house has a name, the people have names. But the names are just added on flavours to separate and define and try and discover consciousness within everything. But consciousness is everything. You see? That's the foolishness of when you become enlightened. You realise that you have spent your whole life, and many and maybe many lives before, being fooled by a mind, trying to discover things outside of you when the truth is inside of you. So this non-duality is when there's no need to break things up into cloud, mountain, houses, people, fields. The peripheral vision means that everything is one. And it's very difficult to fit into a world when another who is still needing ego, It requires an egoistic way, because you cannot deny ego, you see. You can only balance it out with this ultimate spirit that is not here to take it away permanently, but to take it away for a moment so that you can see with clarity, so that you can see from the eyes of God, from the eyes of consciousness, from the eyes of spirit. And then it gives you it back with a warning. Use it to break things up. But remember, that is non-dual is whole, with the ability to break things up. It's not the other way around. You're not a broken, segmented body trying to fit into the whole. You are a whole with an ability to appear as if you can break things up. That's powerful, you see, when it's looked at the reverse. You are the whole. You are that non-dual thing in front of you. You are the whole of existence. With this mind, this egoistic mind, this mind of purity, an intelligence to break things up, name them, investigate them, and realize that what you're investigating is just to pacify the mind, just to eradicate boredom. Non-duality is total boredom. I mean, you walk outside, someone says, "What are you looking at?" Life. That. Yeah, but what are you actually looking at? That. No. Pacify me, says the other one. Explain to me, break things up. What is it that you are really looking for? I want a car, I want a new car. That's better. Now you're not bored. Now you're seeking, now you're searching, now you're fitting into the world as it is, in this egoistic world that we live in. A true enlightened being will not derogatize anyone in any time, in any journey, in any quality of mind. Because the enlightened one has seen that everything is in a different time sequence. Everyone is in a different time sequence. Everyone is in a different journey. Everyone is had so many lives, and some are appearing here for the first life. Some only appear for one life. Some appear for thousands. It's not the purpose to discover, because that means you're now breaking things up, you see. We're all life. Matters not the consistency, the quality, the elongivity. It matters not about the time scales and superiority, inferiority, success, failure. It matters not. To a non-dual mind, to an egoistic mind, it matters. It matters. I have to be. I want to try. I'm not interested. Yes, I understand what you're saying, but I'm not interested in non-dual life. I want to be a broken down thing and build myself up. And that's good. It's wrong for speakers to say, "I'm pointing you the way." And I don't really remember anyone ever saying this. So this is maybe just another foolish remark. I'm pointing you the way, and I want you to take this opportunity right now. All they say is, "I'm pointing the way." And the way is you. And Christ told you the way. Through your own inquiry, through your own me, through me. I am is the way. So even Christ didn't tell you to do it now. He gave you the tools. He was reminding you of that things that you own, that wisdom, that meanness, that without me all the world collapses. Yeah? Without my mind, all the world collapses. It's my world, my broken up world. I like it broken up. I like it that I am single and I can walk in and I know about everything being individual. And the next one says, oh, I like it being non-dual. I like it just being everything okay, everything is as it is, everything is whole. And no one, even Christ says, that's the right way and that's the wrong way. Christ says it matters not. You have the tools. I'm giving you the tools so that when you require to experience the other way from the one you're experiencing now, everything is within you. Follow me, says Christ. To the broken, egoistic one, it's following a person, a spirit, the teachings, the practices, following a separate individual. But to the non-dual one, or to the one who wants to experience life as Christ, takes the words, takes the tools. Follow me. Not that Christ, the Christ inside. Your meanness, Christ. So non-duality is when you cannot define anything, but you cannot say everyone else is non-dual. You know deep down inside that everyone is able to experience different things. And this is very commonsensical. This is not an intelligent thing that you have to learn. You know that each one will ride the bicycle more efficiently and more skillfully at different levels, at different times. You don't need to go to school and say that you're different from that one. You know. Everything about you is different from that one. It's quite obvious. That's what that ego mind is here to serve, to say to show the uniqueness of each individual thing and each individual person and each individual experience. The non-dual one is not free from individuality. It just has this different quality of consciousness that has been discovered inside and projected outside to form this surrounding secure blanket of, and it's not 2 meters, it's the whole universe. It's like you're encased in one big bubble, and everything in that bubble is essential. And if you think of it in an egoistic mind, that's also true. Without space, you couldn't survive here. Without gravity, you couldn't survive. Without the universe, the sun, the moon, you cannot survive. Without oxygen for the breath, you cannot survive. The car cannot move down the road if it doesn't have an engine. Yeah, everything is vital, everything is valid in a broken egoistic way. And non-duality is exactly the same. But you don't have to go through that education system about learning everything and its names to find out the truth. You just accept this world as it is. And it's through trust and acceptance that fear is eradicated. Because to move out of the singular body and experience this wholeness, it takes a lot of courage, a lot of discipline, a lot of willingness, a lot of surrendering, a lot of bravado. But it doesn't make you special. It doesn't make you anything other than what you are. And a whole being experiencing life as an individual human being. Broken, individual human being. Whole being. Something in the middle witnesses this. Something in the middle that mind replicates through a communication system can discuss this. But in silence, The knowing is. The knowing is that I wouldn't have known. I would not have known about non-duality if I had not experienced it. You cannot read about it in a book and fully understand it. Same way as you cannot understand what it is to go a bicycle without actually getting on. You can speak about how it moves in front of you from another cyclist's point, from you as the standing point. The minute you get on, you can speak on behalf of the cyclist. Oh, it's wonderful. Or it's not wonderful. I don't know what this is about. Accept your life as it is, in whatever state you're in. Don't be bartered and bullied and pushed into doing things that you don't want to do. That mind does not want. Mind is always telling you the right thing. Non-duality means when a thought comes into the head, it is no definition whether it's a bad thought or a good thought. Now you could say that's quite dangerous, because you could have a bad thought, go through with it, and realize that the implications are. But that's the beauty of having ego first, annihilating it through this ultimate spirit, and the ultimate spirit educating, teaching you. That's what Christ does. Now, here is your ego back. Okay? Don't be extreme with it. Just enjoy it. Just be balanced with it. Like my friend Buddha says, Christ. Be content. Be balanced. Have some ego. Have some pure mind. Have some spirit. Have some human. But don't try and prefer one or the other, because you'll be endangered of becoming that pure ego human individual state, ignoring the opportunity of becoming balanced, not becoming non-dual, becoming non-dual to affect the balance in your life, in your mind. And that's what non-duality is. The child, when it's born, is non-dual. It cannot define anything other than what, because it has no names, it has no understanding about things being broken up. It just sees whatever it sees. It doesn't even understand about colour or shape or sound. It doesn't understand that sound is different from vision until the mind system is put into practice and it's given the name and it's given eye and it's given wants and desires and experiences, and the senses now operate for the benefit of ego, which is important. So the non-dual state is that rebirth that Christ speaks about, that return to birth. But you still have to go through the whole thing again. So be balanced now. Enjoy your life. Take some of this, take some of that. And remember, the one in the witness is that awareness, that pure godliness, that pure consciousness, that it can never be imbalanced, is always stable, always absolutely in the right place at the right time. The mind is here and there, but you're always in the here and now. The witness cannot be thinking about past and future. That's the ego state mind and the pure mind. Just having small visits, trying to relive some experiences, or trying to forget some experiences, or try to hope for some better experiences. The one in the middle depends on these two for the experiences. The one in the middle is boredom, beyond non-dual boredom, and beyond human ego boredom. It is completely at peace with what this is. Simple, basic, all-encompassing whole life. Namaste Om.